Hello, so today I'm going to be talking about everything that I think is wrong with Rivals. It's coming from a level 300, been playing the game for about a year. Let's get right into it. Now to get it started, we're going to be with our first issue of Rivals right now, which I think is going to be hackers. I think everyone would agree on this. Nobody really likes hackers. Ranked is filled with it, even pubs. You see them every day probably if you play the game a lot. With this new ranked season, it's been especially bad in my opinion, and hopefully Mostly can get this fixed. My next major issue of Rivals has to be the auto. I think most PC players can agree that we all hate auto. It's very unfun to play against. It feels very unrewarding, especially on big maps like Crossroads, Flash. You just know it's going to be a really long, drawn-out game. I think it should definitely be nerfed at least, or maybe even removed. But yeah, that's going to be the second issue. Now the next major issue I think is a very important issue in the community. It's going to be how toxic a lot of people are. This isn't really the game's fault, it's more the players, but very big issue to the point where there has to be chat filters to change what people are saying. But definitely a very toxic community, and whilst it's happening in a lot of shooters and competitive games, I think it's especially bad in Rivals. Another minor issue I have with Rivals right now is the servers. Now this is not anywhere near as bad as it used to be. It used to be pretty much every game, if you queue, you get a US server or a Japan server or even a France server now. And it can be very punishing when you do lose a game just purely because of ping, and it can feel very annoying when that happens. Now the devs have made a very good effort to make it so you get your servers a lot more. I think it's a lot better, but I think if they made that little extra push, it'd be so much better if you always got your server, especially in ranked. Another big issue in my opinion is going to be a lot of the pay to win, whether this is flame, paintball, energy pistols, medkit. It can feel really annoying to go against these weapons, whether it's normals or ranked. In ranked it wastes one of your bands or two of your bands. I think it could be a very annoying thing to fight in general, especially as a free-to-play player. For the last thing wrong about Rivals, I'm going to have to say balancing is a very big issue for me. The dev team does actively balance the game a lot. Every month you'll see buffs and nerfs, but I do think some weapons are still very strong. You'll see shotgun a lot. It feels very, very overwhelming. It does so much damage. It has a fairly big range as well. Also another weapon I think is really bad right now is Riot. You'll see a lot in ranked, a lot higher up. You'll see a lot of like arch nems use Riot, and it feels very annoying to go against. I think it slows the game down, and it makes gameplay a lot less fun overall. But thank you for watching my first video, and I think that wraps out just about everything that I think is wrong with Rivals right now.